Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Harrah's Hoosier Park as we continue on the road to the Derby with our Road to the Derby Handicapping Challenge. I'm track announcer Michael Chamberlain as we continue with our weekly video series going through some of the big prep races for the Kentucky Derby coming up on the first Saturday in May. This week, we're going to New Orleans, Louisiana for the Risen Star, a Grade 2 event down there in the Bayou. And this race is 1 mile and an eighth on the main track at the fairgrounds. And as I like to say, this Louisiana road to the Derby is always one that seems to put forth some good horses, and especially the last few years. 2 years ago, Mandaloun, who was moved up to the victory position in the Kentucky Derby, went through the Louisiana route, and last year's runner-up Epicenter, who finished behind the 80-1 long shot Rich Strike, also went the Louisiana way to the Kentucky Derby. I think the big part of this now with these trainers is that the Louisiana Derby, the final step on the Louisiana branch of the road to the Derby, is 1 mile and 3/16, which is just a 16th of a mile shorter than the Kentucky Derby, and it's the same distance as the Preakness. So I think a lot of trainers like getting a little bit of extra distance for their horses and a little bit of extra experience going a little bit farther on these in these prep races on the road to the Kentucky Derby. We have a full field of 14 going postward in the Risen Star, so it's going to be a very combative race, a very excellent betting race as well. And in this field of 14, you'll note that we have a 3-1 favorite in number 13, Victory Formation. Flavin Pratt is going to have the ride for trainer Brad Cox. Brad Cox hitting at 43% during the current fairground season down there in New Orleans. Now, the horse I like in this race is also trained by Brad Cox. We'll get back to Victory Formation in just a second. But my top pick in here is number 8, Tapit's Conquest. Florent Giroux is going to have the ride. This colt is by Tapit out of a Horse Greeley mare. Was a $350,000 purchase at the Keeneland sales in September of 2021. 3 previous starts at 3 different racetracks. Second on debut in September at Saratoga, then broke the maiden the first day of October at Churchill Downs, going 1 mile and a 16th, and then was second at the fairgrounds on January 21st in the most recent effort, finishing behind the 4-horse in this race, Determinedly. So I do like Tapit's Conquest in here. Did post an 84 buyer speed figure in that most recent race, and I do like the fact that one of the all-time sires at this point, Tapit, is the horse responsible for Tapit's Conquest. Second pick is the 13, Victory Formation, the favorite in here at 3-1, who is undefeated in 3 previous starts, also at 3 different racetracks. October 21st, broke the maiden, first time out at Keeneland. Then a winner at Churchill Downs on November 26th with Optional Claiming Company. And on New Year's Day was a winner going 1 mile at Oaklawn in the Smarty Jones as a less than even money favorite. So Victory Formation is a very compelling favorite in here, 3-1 on the morning line. I will say, though, the horse has only gone that 1 mile distance once. The other 2 efforts were at sprint distances. I think it's going to be interesting to see how the distance impacts Victory Formation as well as this post position. It's well to the outside in a 14-horse field, getting the number 13 post, and that first turn comes up pretty quickly. It's not like the Derby where you've got the whole quarter of a mile to run down the stretch and then get into the turn and kind of get yourself into position, even with the big field of 20. Shorter distance to get to that first turn for Victory Formation. That could be an issue for the 3-1 favorite. I also do like in here another horse on the outside, the 14, Private Creed. Trainer Steve Asmussen, as of the taping of this video, is just a couple of wins away from 10,000 for his career. He is the all-time leading trainer, and wouldn't it be something if he were to get it here? Private Creed has started 6 previous races, has finished in the money in all 6. The caveat here, though, is that all 6 of those races have been on the turf. And in the same vein as Victory Formation, only one of them has been at a mile. That was in the most recent effort in the Texas Turf Mile at Sam Houston Race Park, finishing second as the even money favorite there behind And the Winner Is, who I guess was a fitting winner that day. The Private Creed finishing second there after having the lead late and coming back off a bit of a layoff there too, so maybe didn't have as much bottom underneath him as necessary. Tyler Gaffalione is going to ride. The fourth pick is going to be number 10, Two Fills. Two Fills will be ridden by Jarrett Loveberry, who's been aboard for the last 5 starts, and again, this horse has gotten around. Started at Churchill Downs and did come back to win a Grade 3 at Churchill Downs in the Street Sense in the slop on October the 30th. Then went to Colonial, Canterbury, Keeneland, and then ending up in the Lecomte at the Fairgrounds on January 21st. That race was won by Instant Coffee, who was not part of this field. They did not bring Instant Coffee right back for the Risen Star after winning the Lecomte, the Grade 3, which is the supposed prep race for this race, which is the then prep race for the Louisiana Derby. I do like the 10 Two Fills, especially by Hard Spun. Hard Spun is one of my favorite sires. I always like the fact that his progeny tried just as hard as he did. Hard Spun was a very hard horse to get past, and he always put forth a fantastic effort. And Two Fills is a horse that could very well have that same quality as a lot of Hard Spun's progeny does have. So as we take a look at our top 4 and our play for the race in this Risen Star at the Fairgrounds. Again, our top 4 in order, 8, 13, 14, 10. We are again getting 6-1 on our top pick, Tappett's Conquest. The favorite, Victory Formation, 3-1. And the 14 that I put in there at a price, Private Creed, 12-1 on the morning line. So if you do get a price horse in this race, that could be the one. There's a lot of prices in here, as I mentioned. An excellent betting race with 14 horses going to the post. Now, our play for the Risen Star, we've got a $5 win bet on number 8, Tappett's Conquest. And now you'll see here we're getting a little bit deeper into our trifecta play. We have a 50-cent try with our top 2 picks over our top 3 picks in the second spot. And then in that last spot, we go 8 deep using the 4, 6, 8, and then the 5 horses on the south side, 10 through 14. So we're going to, try to stretch it out a little bit with our 50-cent trifecta play. It's only a $12 wager to do the trifecta this way with 2 horses over 3 over 8. And I think that any kind of success in this particular race, even with having the 2 favorites in the top position, you could still get a pretty decent payout, nice return on that 50-cent trifecta bet. So it's a total of $17. Our first video, our play for the race, didn't quite work out, so we're in the hole. So we're trying to get a little bit of a rebound back here in our second video with the Grade 2 Risen Star down there in the Crescent City, New Orleans, Louisiana. Looking forward to the race on Saturday. We're also looking forward to the return of live racing here to Harrah's Hoosier Park. That's coming up on March 24th. And, of course, the 2023 season will be a very special one as we will be hosting the Breeders' Crown here at Harrah's Hoosier Park later on in 2023. And we do encourage you to be with us throughout the live racing season, both on the internet and here live in person. If you are able to get out to the track, be sure to come on out and say hello to us at Harrah's Hoosier Park, starting with our live racing season March 24th. For all of us here at Harrah's Hoosier Park, I'm track announcer Michael Chamberlain, wishing the best of luck to you all.